it was fantastic what the track did, what the teams did to get ready for this historic day here at Daytona. And what can you say about no practice, no qualifying? These guys they put on a heck of a show right from lap one. So it says a lot about how good these guys actually are.
Okay, we have some time for some questions for the media from Scott. So if you have a question, please click on the participations tab, raise your hand, and we'll get to you. We'll kick it off with Mark Garrow from PRN. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Scott, in light of what you just said, any surprise at all that these guys did what they did today? I mean, I'm a little amazed by it, no matter how good they are.
Well, they've been showing all year that they can unload these things, hit on a setup, with all the technology today that's available with simulators and all of that, all of those things. It's just, it really goes a long way in just showing how far all of that has advanced, and again, how good the drivers actually are. So I was a little surprised that the first, maybe 4 or 5 laps weren't potentially a little messier than that, but just, amazing what we saw.
What would you say, Scott? How would you grade the whole weekend?
I think that, we'd have to give it an A, I believe. I mean, I think, from the start with the ARCA guys all the way to what we just watched, I think it was a fantastic event. No problems with the racetrack. The chicane on the front stretch, I think, really made it possible for the stock cars to run here. I think you all read about some of the challenges with the speeds we would have seen getting into turn 1 without it. And, everybody buckled down, got that work done, held up nice, and really, provided for an exciting race.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay, next up we'll go to Bob Pockers. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Scott, can you just kind of clarify what kind of what's going into as far as the calls on the backstretch chicane and, especially like Crafton or in the first race, just if it.
Yeah, I can tell you, when you go through the grass and you lose ground to your competitors, we pretty much said that, going through the grass is self-penalizing yourself. It's not like it's asphalt like the other chicanes that we got to police a whole lot more, where you gain ground when you miss the corner. Actually, you don't want to be on the grass. You lose ground to your competitors and tear your stuff up. So adding a second penalty from the tower would seem a little punitive to me.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we'll go to Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead, Jordan.
Thanks, Scott. Going into this race, the consensus was that this was going to be kind of chaotic. We're going to see a lot of crashes, that kind of thing. Drivers, clean race today. They everything went on with no issues. Were people underestimating the ability of the NASCAR drivers a little bit and what they're capable of, and jumping into a scenario like this with no practice, no qualifying on a track they've never raced on before?
Well, I think everybody knows what they're capable of, but with the high speeds and the, having to hit the brake markers, getting into those chicanes was probably the biggest worry. The rest of the racetrack, is pretty straightforward for them, but, both of the chicanes, high rate of entry speed, and, hitting those brake markers the first few times was definitely going to be tricky, simulator or not. So they did a fantastic job, and I don't know that anybody underestimated them, but I think that again they proved their worth today. It was a heck of a show.
Thank you.
And we'll take our final question from Stephen Conley from PRN. Go ahead, Stephen.
Scott, we saw a lot with the ARCA series and the Xfinity series going through that backstretch chicane, really tearing up that grass. They were talking about a hole almost being dug in. Did you guys look at that prior to the start of today's race?
We worked on that overnight. We backfilled all of the asphalt and all of the rumble strips over there, ran a roller compactor over it, and then we actually went back there and did that again in between the truck race and the cup race to make sure that that was as well prepared as we can make it and would cause as little damage if they did get out into the grass.
And one final thing, what is NASCAR's potential for possibly putting this on a schedule moving forward or using the Daytona Road Course in the future?
Well, I mean, I think that we certainly proved that it works, and we can put on an exciting show here, and it will, you know, I'm sure go into the to the talks of consideration for us coming back.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for taking the time to join us today, Scott. Really appreciate it.
Okay, no worries, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.